Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here, and today I'm going to be giving you a Millwall analysis video. Now today's Millwall analysis video is Coventry versus Millwall. Now I've got to say the red card for Millwall definitely did ruin the game for us, as we were playing really well up until that point, and we are not guaranteed a playoff place at the moment, so we could have done with beating Coventry there. But that actually means that we have to win at least 2 of our final 4 games of the season to actually try and guarantee a playoff position, but even then we may not be guaranteed it, so we have to make sure we can win maybe 3, maybe 2, but hopefully we'll have to only win 2 to stay in a playoff position. Now what actually happened in the game? Well, the first chance was for Millwall. Steve Morrison headed the ball over the top from upcoming Aidan O'Brien to get the ball, and as he did, he was already into the area and he got to the edge of the box where the ball was almost off the pitch. He had a great shot that was expertly saved by Charles Cook, the Coventry goalkeeper. Then Millwall managed to put the ball in the back of the net. Shane Ferguson crossed the ball in, and with a thumping header from Byron Webster, that ball went into the back of the net. What a fantastic header for Byron Webster to score there. So not only is he a fantastic defender, he's also pretty good at scoring when he wants to be. Now, with the Millwall red card for Sean Williams, I can't really say whether it was a red card or not, because there aren't really too many highlights out there, and I haven't seen any to actually see whether it was a red card or not. I've heard that he threw the ball at Lemares. I've also heard that he headbutted him. Now, I don't know what one it is, but obviously if he did either of those, it's pretty stupid. If you throw the ball, you can get sent off. Maybe a yellow card if you're lucky, but if you headbutt a player, you can't really do a Zinedine Zidane and get away with it. You are going to get off that pitch. But I've also heard that Lemares dived. If he dived, and I mean if he dived, it's going to be so frustrating because it's stupid and pathetic. You cannot dive in football. It's getting ridiculous. It used to only be Premier League, and now it's made its way down to the lower leagues. It's even in the conference, which is ridiculous. Football was really interesting to watch, and now all this diving, getting tapped and falling over, it's ruining the game, and I just can't believe that if a player did dive and they get away with it, it'd just be very, very lucky. I just can't believe players get away with these things in this day. We should have so much technology that should be able to capture whether a player got touched or not. And if they didn't, then they should get match bans for going down. But I just hope that red card didn't damage Millwall's playoffs chances actually too much here, as obviously red cards can be quite damaging, and obviously we didn't need to get it this close to the end of the season where we needed to get the wins. Now, just before half-time, Coventry had a fantastic chance with John Fleck as he received the ball, then dribbled past Jimmy Abdou with ease before hitting a 25-yard effort at Jordan Archer, but Archer made a great save. Now, the first chance in the second half was actually a sensational goal scored by John Fleck, as he had a strike from 30 yards going to the back of the net. He shouldn't have had that sort of space. The defence should have closed him down, but when someone scores a goal like that, you just got to take your hat off to him. A 30-yard screamer. It's a beautiful goal to go in the back of the net. And I've got to say, I've seen it a few times in the highlights, and it is a fantastic goal. Maybe even goal of the season contender. Coventry then went on to score yet another goal as Phillips played the ball to John Fleck. Fleck then played it to a Coventry player who instantly flicked it on to play Marcus Tudguy through, and he got the beating of Mark Beavers, and obviously with his first touch managed to toe poke that ball past Jordan Archer and give Coventry a 2-1 lead. Now, Millwall did finally have a chance later on in the game as Marlon Romeo flicked the ball into the middle of the pitch for Joe Martin to rush onto and have a shot, and he did, but Charles Cook made a fantastic save there to deny Joe Martin the chance of scoring. Now, what about the key players? Well, for Coventry, it's going to be out of 2 players, obviously, if you don't know now. It's going to be kind of obvious. The first player would be John Fleck, and the second player would be James Maddison. Now, who am I going to pick? I'm probably going to go with James Maddison, just for the fact he is a brilliant midfielder. He created so many chances. He's very skillful and very pacey, and obviously he could have scored on many times, which is pretty good for a young player, and he is a truly fantastic 19-year-old. He's got a good future ahead of him. If that's how he plays every week, I don't know. I don't watch Coventry too much, but he looked fantastic in that game. But let's just not forget about the fantastic midfield performance that John Fleck put in. His goal was brilliant. As I said, it could be a goal of the season contender, and I've always liked John Fleck. I'm still confused why he's in League One. He looks a pretty good midfielder, so maybe the team in the Championship could have a look at him. Maybe even Millwall. He looks pretty good. I know he's a little bit towards the age era of players, but he is still quite a competent player for his position. Now, for Millwall's keeper, I'm going to have to go with Byron Webster. He played fantastically in defence, stopping many of the Coventry chances, and obviously the goal that Tudgai scored wasn't actually his fault. And let's not forget that he actually managed to put that ball in the back of net, and it was the only goal for us in that game, so sometimes that's even enough to get a key player in the game. Now, Millwall's next game is actually tonight, funny enough. It's against Fleetwood at home. This is going to be a really hard game because obviously we don't do fantastic against some of the smaller clubs like we did draw 0-0 with Colchester. But it is going to be important for us to go on and win this game if we want to remain in the playoffs. And as I said, we need to win at least 2 of our final 4 games this season to actually stand a chance of remaining in the playoffs. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this Millwall analysis video. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course don't forget to stay tuned for more Millwall analysis videos. Goodbye.